Hi, it's me, Mario. Just kidding. Hi, welcome to another edition of GamingNIght. This is my Gencon thoughts and pickups. So, anyways, we left Saturday and Gencon Saturday around noonish, and we stayed at the Baymont, I believe it was. Pretty nice hotel. It's a really nice drive to the hotel, so we didn't have any issues with driving down there, or getting to the hotel itself. But then it was pretty rocky at Gen Con. I mean, we got because we went to church, and we planned on going in the morning. We got lost, and Sunday morning, so we ended up going until the later mass at 11. So I didn't really get into Gen Con until 12, and we left about 3:15. So it was very hectic. But before we went to on Saturday for dinner, we went to this place called Tijuana Flats, and it's a really cool place. They got some really cool Mexican food, and their hot sauces have adult innuendos. It's like one's called "Smack My Butt" and "Call Me Sally." I'm not gonna use the actual word that they use, but yeah, they use that, and they got like chicken chicken stuff, and it goes all the way up to uh, smiley face, all the way up to death wish, black circle. I mean, it shows your eyes and across your eyes, it's like saying you shouldn't eat their stuff. The hot sauce, so basically it's got the ghost chili. But yeah, Gen Con this year, I didn't really get to do as much, and it wasn't so much that we were there late as much as the fact that um, I got really disoriented really quickly because my friend and I, we had to split because we didn't have as much time as we had last year to do stuff because his brother had to work midnight today. So what ended up happening was that we took a split tour. So he went with me to check out Smirk and Daggers. The stuff I wanted at Smirk and Daggers sold out. So I won't talk about it right now, what I wanted at over there from Gen Con, but I didn't even get a chance to go to Cool Mini or not because it was wrapped around like nuts, and I didn't have time. So I hit a few places. A lot of the stuff was either not out yet or not available at Gen Con. So, and then some stuff I had to do pre-orders on. Um, so the first few things I did at Gen Con was I went to Flying Frog Productions and pre-ordered Blood in the Forest, I believe it's called, and so I got some promo figures, and then I also got some promo stuff coming out. So this is the Lumberjackal, and some newer zombies here. I really like the Last Night on Earth, so I don't know if you guys can see it that good or not, but I'm sorry if you can't. So they're falling over. So yeah, these are the promo figures I got for pre-ordering there, and I got some promo cards. Everything's being mailed in, so I get that stuff and I'll do an unboxing. So yeah, I was running around like a chicken, and so then we went to a few other booths here. Um, I checked out Fantasy Flight stuff. Now I will talk about Fantasy Flight, what I wanted to go in for, because I'm gonna eventually get it down the road, anyways. Because they didn't even have it there, from what I understood. Um, I went in for the Adventures, the Temple of Shock or something like that. That's what it's called. So yeah, they didn't have that. So, but the cool thing about Fantasy Flight though is I got a demo of a game called Wintertail. And it's a very unique game. I don't know if I'd consider it a game like Fantasy Flight would normally do. it's like if you took the story cubes from when you roll dice and you tell a story, combined with some Arkham horror moments, because you got like a board like Arkham Horror where you got different locations and stuff. But it plays a little bit differently, and you have different sides. You have the good side, and you got the evil side. You got like twisted characters. You got like the Scarecrow, Alice in Wonderland, I think it was, the White Rabbit. You got like all the like, you know, the Mad Hatter. You got like the werewolf. So you have like these characters that are from like fantasies, like the storybook stuff, like Alice in Wonderland, like the Three Little Pigs characters. These twisted characters, they're just totally twisted. So, and the way the game plays is you're going to get cards, and they're like they're Arkham Horror size cards, if I'm not mistaken. But they're double sided, and depending on what side of the team you're on the good side or the dark side. You use different sides of the cards, and in order to move on the board, you have to discard one of your cards to move. So it's kind of like hand management, but I'd say about 97 to 98% of the game is storytelling. And you can lay traps in the game by like secretly putting cards underneath the your character sheet. You know, putting a trap, you know, or laying a card. You can't, you know, hide them somehow. They're probably gonna have. They really didn't explain too much like that. They were trying to just give you the basics. But you can set traps. You can do combat, and combat goes back and forth. So when you do combat, you have to tell a story like, I'm stabbing you with a knife, and I'm gonna stare at you with my evil eyes. Well, the thing is, these artwork is kind of like doodles, something a child would do. Now they said that children did do the doodles, so I don't know whether or not they're just being sarcastic, or not. But they're like doodles. So, and some you can tell that you can tell, like one of them I know was a tank. You can tell was an actual tank, you know, like army tank. But there are some that just you couldn't tell what they were. But the thing is, the more weird they were, the more it lets you interpret what they are, because you're basically telling a story with these. So you basically, the person that starts off, it goes to a good person, and whoever else is in that area moves in. So they would basically choose how many cards they want to use for the story, and they would basically play cards, as many as they have in their hand, or as many as they feel they want. It's hand management, but you have to storytell. So you might have like a thing that looks like a pitchfork, cauldron, and something that looks like a bubble floating. So you can say, well, I'm going to cast a magic spell and throw you into the cauldron and eat you all up. You know, so you basically play all those cards, you know, cook you all done. So then the other player could play as many cards as they want to defend it. But whoever has the highest total of cards played is the one that wins the battle. But you have to manage your hand, because always the person that starts it and the other person that's defending it gets to play one extra card if they have it. So it's up to the support group as well as it is the storyteller, because you don't want to start wasting cards, because you're gonna you won't. And then whoever basically had the most cards total will then take their card, one of their cards from their hand, and on the side that they have, and they help represent the story the best, would put it on the little storyboard. So that means that's a victory for them. So it's not really so much about winning and losing. This one's more of a storytelling game. So I would say that heavy gamers probably wouldn't like it unless you're open-minded. And I thought it was pretty good. Then I went and got this at Calliope Games. I wanted to get something else at Calliope, but it is not coming out till later. So I'm not going to really discuss that because it's not out. This is an expansion for Tesoro of the Sea, however you pronounce it. Jabbing myself here. At least it's not sharp, because it's only sharp on the edges because I broke the tip a while ago. I gotta get an X-Acto knife, but it's only sharp on the sides, so I gotta cut it that way. Okay, so this is not gonna be for somebody that doesn't have this game here. So you of course should get the rule book, just to let you know what new tiles are. So I'm going to put this in my Tesoro. And I'll talk about Tesoro because I'll see on another video, because that's another easy game to pick up and play. Tesoro to Seas, I think, is a much more challenging game than the original one. So you got like little whirlpool out there, tidal waves look like. Wow. Pirate ship cannonball. They all play differently, and I really don't know what they do yet because I really haven't read the rules. Tiles are cannon tiles, and they are shuffled in the wake tiles during game set. When a tile is drawn, players say, hold on to the tile as normal in their hand, or show all the players and immediately discard it. If the tile is discarded at this time, it is removed from the game, and the active player may draw another tile from the wake deck. The player's hand is limited to a maximum of 2 tiles. Anytime during the game when a player's ship is about to be eliminated by a Dark Cuckoo, he may play his cannon tile to destroy the Cuckoo. It doesn't matter if it occurs during the Cuckoo's move or even on another player's turn. So it adds more little strategy to eliminate the dragons that are in the Tesoro Seas, which can kill you. So it adds a little bit more strategic elements to the game, as well as the other tiles. There's that. The next one I have is Maximum Throwdown. This is from AEG, and this game is, from what I understand, very whimsical, beer and pretzel type game. Maximum Throwdown pits up to 6 players against each other in a battle royale of card throwing action. Try to cover up your opponent's icons while keeping yours visible. Revealed icons grant awesome special abilities to use in the arena. The player with the most points wins. So it's kind of like a light game, and I'm sure my niece and nephew are going to love this game. So we'll take a look at the components that you get in this box. And hopefully if there's one your sleeve, they'll fit back in the box. I like to sleeve my stuff, especially stuff that gets tossed around. Oh yeah, that'll probably fit sleeved. If not, close. So this is the rule book. As I said, it's just like it's a very light game. They may not fit sleeved. We'll see. And I'll be cutting it close. Cutting towards my face, trying to be careful. So these are really cool artwork. And these are the abilities on the cards, what they do. So I'm trying to get some clear sleeves for these. And it looks like each character in the game has got some really cool artwork. So that's all theirs. That's the other characters' artwork, and they all have different backs on them. I'm really digging the artwork. Really digging this artwork. Comic book style artwork. And this tells you all what they do. So this is kind of like, I will have to do some gameplay footage. This game looks like it's going to be a hoot. Of course I'm going to sleeve them. Okay, these must be the arenas that you're battling in, I guess. Yeah, it takes all the ones, I guess, from Smash Up. This is just a very simplistic beer and pretzel game. It's definitely not looking like it's going to be anything too serious. But I'm really digging this art, really digging the artwork here. And it all depends on where it's placed on the card, depending on how hard it is to defeat them. I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of those where you're going to randomly give players some. I don't think you're going to want someone playing favorites of a certain type. There they are. That's the back of them. So this game is where you toss the cards onto the board. Where is the book? So I'm going to definitely have to demo this game for you guys. This might be one of those games that are easy to pick up and play. So you just throw cards and try to cover up stuff. Now the next game I got here, this is, like I said, it's going to be probably the quickest video for Gencon you probably ever will see, and I do apologize. I got this Walk the Plank, and what was really cool about this particular thing was day 4 I was there, and the guy that the artwork for this game autographed my copy. So I got an autograph out of this game. So not only is this going to be a special game, whether whether or not we're going to be playing anytime soon, which I'm sure we will because it's a pretty cool theme. You're basically trying to keep your characters alive while making everyone else walk the plank, and it's kind of, you play strategically. So this one actually has stuff to punch out. So alright, we got a tile here. I think that's the first player marker, most likely. And the planks. There's 3 of them. And then the beast that you'll be feeding it to. See, I almost thought that this almost reminds me of the Get Bit sequel, or prequel to Get Bit, but apparently it looks like it's not. It's got a little different. It actually has them getting eaten by something like a Sarlacc pit or something from Star Wars or something like that. So hold on one second, you guys. Alright, check hopefully my audio is okay for you guys. So I didn't want it to be too loud. Apparently I have 2 people watching right now. Alright. Eventually I will be doing live feeds for you guys, like with chat back and forth. I just can't do that right now. I'm still trying to find out how to do it without being too complicated for me. So I have a hard time multitasking. It's one of my disabilities. But anyways, you got cards like shove right, shove left, shove anybody, run around, retract a plank, pull the ship so you can try to save some of your people. I don't want to die. Extend the plank. Drag them to sea. Charge. So, and that's pretty much all of them are going to have the same cards. They're just going to be different colors representing your different people. But I like the artwork on it. It's kind of hilarious. And they all have the same color, I think. Charge. Yeah, same pictures but different colors, just so you know who played who. And they do all have Get Bit too. I mentioned that. That's another game I wouldn't mind having. And those are your playing pieces. Looks like they're all the same. You got blue, you got yellow, the oranges, and the red. So you got 5-player type game, I think. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's hold up the 5 players. I'm gonna definitely be playing this on a live feed for you guys once we get some friends to play. Which we will have friends come over. Just gonna be a matter of getting our schedules to together. Alright. Oops. I dropped the piece. So, not only is this game gonna be a lot of fun, but just having the artist sign it. It's pretty cool. So it's gotta be. And I got to meet the guy, shake his hand, talk to him, and like I said, it's just a fantastic experience. It was great that I went to, I got to that time and moment to do it. Tapple. This is another game we got. Getting to the nitty gritty here, the last of the stuff. Now Tapple, can't really give you too much of a demonstration. That it does take batteries, but it's cool because I don't need the box. Because take this, and inside it's got where it stores all the cards, so I don't need to sleeve them. Or I can probably laminate them, but it'd probably make it way too big. So. Now, just to give you guys a little sample, they have topics, a hard topic, cartoons, or pizza toppings, an easy one. So this can be played with all people of all ages. And you got 2 sides. Well, I'm only going to show you that one. So let's say if we chose pizza topping, you basically would have batteries in here, and there's letters on the board. So you pick someone to go first. And for pizza topping, I'd be like P, pepperoni, and you'd have to hit that little timer here. So then the next person would have to go, okay, bacon. And someone would say, okay, next. And they only have like 15 seconds to think of something. So someone could say, okay, there's not all the letters in the alphabet, so it makes it really difficult. And so, okay, ham. Then, eventually someone's going to lose. And then you can just basically reset it. And if somehow you guys all went all the way around and used every letter here, you'd then have to pick two words that pick 2 letters out. Then you'd be like, so it'd be even harder. And then 3 and so forth until everybody's eliminated. Only one person's left standing. And then whoever's left standing at the end will get the card as a victory point. So this is a thinking game, which in my group they're very, very, very welcome, and I mean, and it's easy and it's got a cool premise. looking little gadget, so, and that way you can't tell someone cheated. Couldn't say, oh, someone cheated, I didn't use it. When you know if they used that letter now, because it's a physical representation. And the topics are different, varying for different age groups, and a lot of replayability. Because even if you did get the same word again, the same topic, you're not going to play it the same way, because you're going to not always be first. Someone might take your word. So this to me is sweet. So it takes batteries because it's got a timer in it. So okay. Now this game next is a 2-player game, but can be upgraded to 4-player. I didn't have the time or the money on my budget to get 2 copies of this, and so I have to get the yellow version now. But this game is called Castellan, or Castellan, or whatever. So I have to combine it with a green and yellow Castellan. You could play with up to 4 players. So basically, it's like a strategic 2-player game right now. So that you play with. It's kind of like that old Squares game, but it's got a little bit more strategic than that, because you have to there's playing pieces in here, I think, too. Yeah, I think. Yeah. The way they did his box is to show people what the game looks like. So this basically shows you how they connect. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe. And basically, this is just so you can display it in your store if you're. So it's more like, it's not for practicality and saving on the wrapper, but it's basically so you can, if you're a hobby shop, you can kind of show people what the game pieces look like. Because just seeing a box like this ain't gonna sell it. Some people don't like the boring boxes; they don't look interesting. But everything will fit in this one box. And you're basically trying to build towers based on cards that you get. And I'll show you that in just a moment. Right. Pieces of flying everywhere. Yeah, a fan is hot here. You're going to get so many of these cards in your hand. And they'll tell you what pieces you have. That one's got 2 in that. And the red player has the same deck, too. So each player has the same amount of cards that they have. The kicker is, though, if you don't use the pieces, can't legally play the pieces the right way, your opponent on their turn gets to use the leftover pieces. So you basically don't want to play a card unless you know you can use all the pieces correctly, because otherwise you give your opponents a chance to get more victory points. So I'd say this is more of a strategic, abstract game in a sense, but with a castle theme. But it's pretty cool. You know, if you saw the demo of it, it looks pretty sweet. So before I went to Gencon, I said, "What do you think of this game?" And she said, "Well, if it's a certain price, just get 2 copies of it. If it's not a certain price, just get 1 copy, and then we'll expand it later down the road. Right now, it's cool, but this is a 2-player game." give me and her something to do together. That's just two players. Wow. So yeah, each just tons of little pieces. So yeah, that's castle on, and they got all these. Sorry. Yeah, so you got the little mini ones. You got little towers, and of course you got and then the long beams. There. And they interconnect very easily. So this is like the last item I have. The Gencon. So I didn't get a whole lot, but the stuff that I did get, we'll definitely be seeing lots of gameplay. I tried to get a lot of variety of stuff that will be quick pickups and plays. So yeah, we got about 10 more minutes. I'm going to talk a little bit more. So yeah, Gencon was really cool. Like I said, I went as Mario, my friend went as Luigi, and we got tons and tons of people get our picture taken. The cutest one I had was there was these two boys, and they was begging their mom to let them take a picture with us, because then she's like, no, they probably are gonna want, you know, someone bugging them, you know, to get their picture taken. And she's like, came up to us and said, well, our sons are the biggest fan of you guys. We just did our room in Mario, and you know, we're like, sure. So we posed for the kids, and they took a picture with us. And, you know, I'm not going to pass down an opportunity to, you know, make kids happy. Gencon's all about having fun and, you know, just getting your picture taken. And who knows, I might even find the picture up on YouTube somewhere, or on Tumblr or somewhere. So just that alone is worth it. Now, I will say, the one thing I was disappointed this year a little bit about Gencon, it wasn't so much the not having to be able to get everything you needed to do. There was, like, before, like years before, last year we went, people were more helpful helping you find things. Like, I had the map, and like like the map just shows numbers, and you have to know where you're oriented. Well, the way is even though you have it on the map where it's at, you have to know which entrances and exits you use. Well, this year I asked you, they're like, we don't know. It's like, okay, it's in your section, but you don't know where this place is at. So it was like they really didn't want to help. And granted, you know, I was, gonna buy, I was, buying stuff from them too, the people that I was asking to, and some of them didn't, like I said. And then the other, thing was, you want me to buy stuff there or from you guys, but you're not even, helping me out, and some people didn't know much about the products too. So some of the booths, it was like they were just selling them. They weren't really aware of what the products were. Fantasy Flight was one of them. They were just pushing out the Arkham Horror and the new Eldritch Horror game, and demoing Winter Tales, which was a fantastic game. But when it came to like asking them if they had a game in the store, it was like, I don't know, go and check. Okay, wait in line to go to find out if you had something. What you basically want me to do is hope I'll go in there and see something I want to buy that, I don't want to buy it, so I'll buy it. No, I'm not waiting in line for something that I want to buy. I don't want to wait in a line and waste time. So it was like, wow. And so that was kind of weird. And like last year with the Steve Jackson stuff, I didn't really get a chance to find anything at Steve Jackson. There was a couple things I was gonna get at Steve Jackson's booth, but it was like people didn't have manners this year. Last year, people were like, I had numerous people cut in front of me while I was getting ready to buy something. They would just cut right in front of me. I was previously in line, already in line. They would just cut in front and say, I want to buy this. Like, wait a minute. It's Rude Factor here. Hello. I know it's the last day of the Gen Con, but manners are still appreciated. because last year they were there. A lot of people were at Manners and stuff. This year, not so much. With like, you know, I'm not talking about like people's attitudes. I'm talking about more like the stuff you'd see in retail, like over Christmas shopping kind of thing. Like, the one thing I was disappointed was I was um, hoping to get AEG's Smash Up expansion, the obligatory Cthulhu one, but I didn't see it on the shelves, and no one knew they had any more, and it was kind of like I didn't have kind of them to search all the boxes. They had a whole bunch of boxes of other stuff, but they said it could have been in there, but I didn't have much time, so it was like kind of disappointing to not have them get a chance to check the whole shipment. But other than that, it was pretty cool to see the stuff that AEG had this year. And when we went, like I said, so I did pick this up though. That was something I was interested in checking out from a niece and nephew that might like, because they like to like play games where you just like goof around kind of type stuff. I think they'll really like that one. And then Tapple, I think they'll really like because it's puzzly. But to me, I think the best booth that I've been to this year, for the sheer politeness of the people, was I think it was Mayday Games. Yeah, so I was trying to think of the name of it. Like I said, more than willing to sign this without, you know, no worms. Friendly guy, talked with him for a few minutes, and I told him I saw this on Kickstarter, but I didn't want to Kickstarter it because I didn't want to, you know, I wanted to, you know, buy it from the actual retailer or something. And luckily, I not only did I have to not, you know, because this was, you could get pay a lot of money on the Kickstarter to get got an autographed copy. I didn't have to pay extra for the copy. I got it regular price. I got to meet the guy, and I got an autograph. So that is awesome. But yeah, it was really cool. So we were talking about Walker Plank, and he was like very happy to do the artwork for this. And I was very pleased. So I was telling him I was gonna have him sign my Gencon thing, and he said, you know, I have one step better. I'll sign the box. I said, if you don't mind taking the shrink wrap off. I said, sure. I definitely didn't mind taking it. So I said, where do you want to sign it? He asked me. I said, back. And I said, you know what? How about you? Since you know you designed it, why don't you put where you want it? And you know, I thought it was really cool where you put it at. So yeah, that was really cool. And but yeah, like I said, I think of all the booths that I've been to, I think the Calliope games, they were very friendly. Those are the ones that I got the Tesoro expansion. So I was asking about another game that was coming out, and it's not going to come out until October, that I was really looking into. So they were really cool about telling me about that. And I talked to Cryptozoic, and they were talking about they were going to be another year, but they were going to do an expansion for Hot Rod Creeps. So I'm looking forward to seeing them making an expansion for Hot Rod Creeps, which I am still working on. That's how to play. It's just, I swear, it's like, it's everything that can possibly go wrong with me working on it has been going wrong. Stuff's been coming out, and all that kind of stuff too. So, and then the other booth, like I said, besides Calliope, Mayday Games, the other booth I thought did a really fantastic job this year was consumer-wise, though not exactly. I'm trying to think of how to pronounce their name. So I went like Asmodee games, because there's a game called Rampage. We can't wait to come out. That's coming out in Essence, so I'm gonna probably put it on my Christmas wish list. It's Rampage. Basically, what Rampage is it's a dexterity game, but party game type sort of, like kind of like It's not about, it's about having fun. I mean, if you can get into your childhood me mentality, just have fun with the game, it's a lot of fun. Basically, if you took Rampage, the video game, and actually put it into a board game format, you get Rampage, the board game. Literally, you basically flick your little character to position him on the board. You can then, when you're close enough to the building, you can blow on the building. You basically really, you go and you blow the building down, and you any meeples that are dead, you collect them. You can eat, you eat them. You can take your character piece. As long as it's, you have to have it. You have to have it on you have to basically be on this build. You can't basically, reach over the board. You have to basically be a certain distance from your certain rules. But you pick the piece up and you drop it onto the board and knock it over, or you can pick up a car if it's nearby and put on top of your piece and flick the car, and then it'll hit the building and wreck it. You basically get points for people you eat, buildings you destroy. But if any of the pieces go off the board, they escaped and they become different things. Like there's advanced board and then there's a basic board, but they basically will start attacking you, and then it'll be an end-game marker, or other things can happen, like more hazards and stuff pop on the board. They really weren't too descriptive of everything in the game, but because it's still like in prototype format, but because they have issues with the production of the game. Their pieces aren't made the way they want them, so they don't want to sell it right now. But they said by Essence it'll be, by Essence late this year it'll be ready for commercial buying. But it was really cool to see that game. I wish I was able to film it when they were playing it, but oh well. So and so that was really cool. But yeah, hands down, I just, if I had more time to go in Gen Con this year, I would have probably hit a lot more booths. I probably would have been able to talk to Kurt Covert at Smirk and Dagger like I did last year if I had more time, but I didn't. But all was well. So yeah, I really was running around like a chicken with a head cut off this year, even more so than last year, because time frame restraint this year. We had to be back at a certain time. We had to leave by 3, and we got there at 12, so I had 3 hours to get what I wanted and see everything I wanted. So it was very, picky with what I went to do. And as soon as my other stuff comes in, oh, I forgot, I did pick up one more thing, but I can't show you guys because it's codes. It's Fat Dragon Games. They're Easy Dungeons 3. I got like a super deal. Like it was $80 worth of stuff for $20 because it was the last day sale there at Gen Con, so they knocked the price down. So I got it for $20. It's like they're PDFs, so you can print out 3D models to put together. You basically print them out, and there are 3D models that you could, like 3D walls, 3D towers, 3D traps and stuff. The stuff like I showed you guys before. I'll probably print some out later once I install the PDFs and stuff like that, but I can't show you because they're just codes, and I don't want you guys, anyone taking my codes off. But yeah, that's pretty much a wrap for this year. I had a good time, got a lot of pictures taken. I will do another video with some pictures. I took at Gen Con, not a whole lot of pictures, just mostly a few odds and ends. I mean, I didn't have time to take pictures like I did last year. And then a group shot of me and my friend and his brother, because my YouTuber by the name of MNOSPS something, I can't pronounce it right. Natasha, she goes by. She designed a hat for him for his birthday, and it was awesome. And you guys got to see what she did. She does fantastic work. I'll put a link into the video once I get done with that video, but it's not gonna be a very long video. It'll probably be up tomorrow. And I had another pickup my fiance went to get that she got, which will be up tomorrow as well. It's video game related. But that's all for this Gen Con thing. All in all, I had a lot of fun. It was very stressful, chaotic. Could have been better if certain things didn't go wrong, but all in all, I mean, it was a good experience. And I'm looking forward to getting some gameplay footages of the new games I got. Since I got live feed now, I find live feed a lot easier. And hopefully, eventually, I'll figure out how to do where I can do chat with you guys, so you can feedback and I can feedback to you guys. I would like to do that, but it's hard with me when my brain don't work the way I want it to. Sometimes I can't multitask all the time, and my train of thought goes out the door and goes in different directions. So with me, that's adding the talking through that would probably make it a lot worse for me. But I'm willing to give it a shot once I figure out the mode of method I'm going to do for it. So yeah, that was Gencon in a nutshell this year. And don't know what I did with the other box. Yeah, like I said, my train of thought went out the window again. The maximum throwdown, I know it's here somewhere. It is hiding. So I will find it. Probably. So on the other side. Anyways, out of sight, out of mind. I know it's here somewhere. So, comment below. Tell me which game you'd like me to play next. To throw the seas, Tapple, walk the plank. But if it's a 2-player game tonight, Castellan I can do for you guys too. This takes 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So of course that'll be a live feed because these things take time to play, and and the ultimate throwdown, it's somewhere around here. I think I know it's. I think I forgot the box somewhere. So pick what game you'd like to see next. And as soon as my other stuff come in the mail, I will show you. I have some other stuff. I'm not going to talk about them, but they're coming in. So once I get them, I will unbox them for you guys. Some of it's partially Gencon, and some of it is actually outside of Gencon. So once again, thanks for all your guys' support and watching my channel. I'll see you guys really soon. So with that being said, you guys have a great week, and I'm hoping to get more stuff for you guys soon. So once again, I apologize for the Hot Rod Creeps video not being up. It's nuts right now. So take care, guys.